Hello, adult softball managers. Welcome to the Winter 2021 Adult Softball Virtual Managers Meeting. I'm Ian Wallace. I'm the Adult Sports Coordinator with the City of Surprise, and I will be taking you through the rules, procedures, and other important information for the upcoming adult softball season. So first thing, I know a lot of people are wondering, if you didn't play last season, you're wondering this season, what are we doing different due to COVID-19? We are doing a few things. Mostly what we're trying to do on our end is limit exposure. We figure that the fewer amount of people that you're exposed to, the less of a chance that we have to contributing to the spread of COVID-19 and risk possible league shutdown. So what are we doing to limit exposure? Well, you'll notice on the schedules, once you open your attachment and look at those, that on dates when we have two or more divisions playing, traditionally, for example, on a Tuesday night, we would have played games at 6, 7, 8, and 9 p.m. For this season, we're going to play them at 5:45, 6:45, and then it'll go back to the traditional 8 and 9 p.m. For the second time slot. The reason we want to do this is because we figure if the first set of games is ending around 6:45, then hopefully there won't be as many people passing each other, coming and going, from one set of games to the other. We're asking that everybody arrive a little later than normal. We're asking that everybody arrive maybe about 10 minutes early, as opposed to, I know normally we're getting there 20, 25 minutes early. We're getting our arms warmed out, stretched up. Just due to everything that's going on right now, we're asking that you don't get there any sooner than 10 minutes before your game. We are asking that you limit shared equipment, if not eliminate it. I know there's a lot of teams that use several people will use the same bat. If it can't be avoided, we do recommend that you're wiping them down, between uses. But we're really recommending that you don't use shared equipment this season. Bleachers will be out, but we are recommending that you bring your own chair to sit in. You will be able to sit on the bleachers if you want, but just know that we just don't have the resources to be able to wipe those down constantly with only one employee out there. And so we're recommending that you don't use the bleachers, but we're not prohibiting it. So if you want to sit there, you can, but we are recommending that you bring your own chairs. If a player or a manager is sick on your team, if you're sick, please stay home. Just don't come. Please tell your players if they're sick to let you know. If you're sick, please let your players know. Don't come to the field if you're sick. If you have any symptoms of COVID-19, please do not come out to the field. If you or a team member does test positive for COVID-19 at any point during the season, we are asking that you notify our assistant director. Just notify him directly. His name is Paul Free. That's Paulfrie. And his email address is paul.free@surpriseaz.gov. Paul can also be reached at 623-222-2240. Again, if you or somebody on your team does test positive for COVID-19, we're asking that you notify Paul, and then he would take it from there. Will everyone be required to? Everybody's asking this. Are we requiring everybody to wear masks? The short answer is no. While you are participating, while you're on the bench, while you are basically on the field, we are not requiring that you wear a mask. We are asking that you please, regardless of your personal feelings, beliefs, whether or not you believe they work as well as they say they do or not, we do ask that upon entering the park and leaving the park that you do wear a mask. Also, in situations where social distancing will be harder, and specifically what we're probably thinking of for the most part is coming in and out of the bathroom, where you might have to be close to somebody, as you pass by. We're asking that you, please respect everybody's space and everybody's, safety. And that's pretty much the only two scenarios where we're asking that you please comply and that you do wear a mask. Again, it's when you're coming in and out of the park, and then just in any other situation where social distancing is harder. We are asking that nobody bring any. We're trying to limit spectators. We're not saying no spectators, but we are asking that that people try to bring no more than one person apiece. We are counting kids as spectators. I know that's going to be harder on co-ed leagues, so please just get together with your players. Maybe try to get a grip on who's going to be bringing kids and who's not. We want to try, like I said, to average it out to about one participant per player. We are eliminating for now the handshake line at the end of the game. We're recommending that each team come up with a funny chant or a something to yell at the other team at the end of the game to let them know that they played a good game. But again, for obvious reasons, we are eliminating the handshake line at the end of the game for this season. We're going to control the amount of people entering and exiting the facilities. Again, I kind of went over that before, but our main way of accomplishing that is putting that 15-minute split, in between the two divisions. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to provide water jugs this season, so make sure to inform your team to have them bring plenty of water. There will be some emergency, bottles of water on site, just more for in the event of a medical emergency if we needed it. So just know that those aren't going to be available for regular consumption. So just make sure that you're bringing your own water to stay hydrated, as unfortunately we're not going to be able to provide water this season. And last but not least, we're just simply asking that everybody make sure that they wash their hands before they come out. If everybody on every team just, right before they left, went in and washed their hands with Dial antibacterial soap, that would do a lot and to help stopping the spread of COVID or any other germ for that matter. So that's the last thing we're asking that you do that. We'll also be providing hand sanitizer stations out there, so you'll be able to to use that while you're out there as well. That's about all I got as far as the COVID-19 issues and questions go. So we'll kind of move right along now and start with the agenda here. So I state this at every meeting. I just want to remind everybody that our adult sports philosophy here is not about competition so much as it is participation, fitness, social interaction, and sportsmanship. So in a nutshell, we're out here to have fun. We're out here to hang out with our friends. We're out here to, test ourselves. But I want to emphasize again that we're out here for fun. Please don't take it too serious. Every season I'll get calls and things like that from managers that are unhappy with a play that happened during a game. I'm always ready and willing, and I want, if you have an issue, I always want to hear it and I want to listen, and I'm always going to do my best to help you out. But keep that in mind that, we're all out there just to have fun and get exercise and interact. I know we've all been kind of stuck in our houses now for going on 9 months, and so I know a lot of people are just kind of itching to get out there and interact and do something recreational again. So let's not forget. Hopefully, while we were all quarantined, we didn't forget sportsmanship. We didn't forget basic human manners. And just remember, again, just have fun. Don't take it so serious. Don't take it too serious. It's recreational, adult sports. Very little of us are going pro at this age. Maybe some of us were pro before, and now this is our retirement fund. But have fun out there, and try not to get too angry if things don't go your way. League and game format, we did extend. I think this is our third season now, extending to a 10-game regular season, and then the single elimination tournament at the end. There is a rule packet that's in the attachment there. Please make sure that you go over all of the league rules with your players. You can actually forward this email right on to them if you want. I don't mind. And they can watch this video if they want as well. Or you can just forward them the information that you would like as far as the rules and schedules go. Please remember that last couple seasons we have been having some issues with ejections again, and a lot of times it seems to be for swearing at the ump. So this is just a reminder that any sport you participate in that's officiated, if you choose to argue with the umpire, you are doing so at your own risk. And the umpire does have the ability, the right to eject you without warning at any time for any reason that they see fit. Obviously, if I have an umpire that's ejecting people for minor infractions, then that's going to be a separate issue, and we'll deal with that umpire or that official. But the ones that have come across in the last couple of seasons are pretty much no question. There was an argument. F-bombs were said to the umpire, and the person was ejected. And then I would kind of get a follow up call, and the person would kind of want to talk about their ejection, and again, like I said earlier, that's fine. I'm always willing um, and actually look forward to discussing softball. It's one of the aspects of my job that I really do enjoy. So, but just know that it's going to be once in a blue moon that we ever go against what the umpire says as far as a judgment call or an ejection, and I just again want to remind and reiterate, because it seems like a lot of times people are confused. Well, yeah, I told him F you, ump, but he didn't give me a warning. He just threw me out. There's not a warning required. If you please go through the rules and read the rules and the code of conduct, and it very clearly states in there that you're not a warning is not a right. You're not automatically going to get a warning every time. Some umpires will warn you. I think most will warn you most of the time, but being thrown out for calling the umpire a name, and then protesting it because you weren't issued a warning first. Again, just realize if you go through the rules, read the rules, that a warning is not necessary. You can be ejected. And again, this is a reminder that once you are ejected, I know sometimes it can be embarrassing. And then once we're embarrassed, we kind of want to stick around and puff out our chest a little bit and kind of show our friends that umpire, he didn't get the best of me. And so the other issue that we have is after the ejection, we had it come up a couple times where people are refusing to leave, or they want to leave on their own accord, and they don't want to do it right now because they're mad, essentially. Again, it's just a reminder, if you are ejected from the game, you have to leave immediately. You have to go into the dugout. You have to get your equipment. If you continue to argue with the umpire, if you refuse to leave, if you stay on the bench, if you continue to be a problem, then just know that you're going to receive a longer than a 1-game suspension. If you're ejected from a game, you're automatically suspended for 1 game, in addition to the game that you were ejected from. So, for example, if we play doubleheaders, so for example, if you were ejected in game 1 of your doubleheader, that means you're out for that game, and then you cannot participate in game 2. You would be eligible for game 1 of the next week. If you are ejected in the second game of your doubleheader, you're out for the rest of that game, and then you're out for game 1 of the next week. Then you are allowed to participate in game 2. If you are ejected and you refuse to leave, or if you continue the confrontation, or worse, then just expect that you're going to be suspended for additional games. And again, I just want to get that out there now. I want everybody to know that that again, we're out there to have fun, and we're not going to tolerate people being disrespectful to other people out there, whether it be players being disrespectful to other players, to the umpires, to the staff, or vice versa, staff and umpires being disrespectful to the participants. We're not going to tolerate it either way. And if it does happen, then the punishment, will be extreme. And if we do keep a record, we do keep a log of ejections, so we know who was ejected, what they were ejected for, and I have had to inform some managers in the past that if we do continue down this path and we continue to get ejections for the same types of reasons, that eventually it's going to lead to we're going to ask you to not be in the league anymore, and that'll be a permanent thing. We've never had to do that, and I'm very appreciative really of the times that I've had to deal with some ejections and some managers, and 99% of the time managers are very apologetic. Everybody kind of realizes, I think, later on in the day, maybe when they're sitting at home, that maybe I went a little too far, maybe I lost my temper, and so, like I said, 99% of the time it's not an issue. And if you're getting ejected for minor things, if the ump heard you drop an F-bomb, but it wasn't really directed at the umpire, it wasn't directed at anybody, but hey, you got ejected for it because it's in our rules, and he heard you, or he warned you, or whatever, and so you've been ejected. While I don't want you doing those things, those aren't the kind of infractions that are going to get you in trouble on a permanent or a longer or more permanent basis. Physical confrontations, real bad verbal confrontations and things like that. Those are the things that we really, really don't want to see out there. So a little bit of chirping back and forth, I get it. It's going to happen. It's sports. Even though it is recreation, we get competitive. It's more fun to win. I understand. So that's it's going to happen. We understand that, but just know that there is a limit and there is a line, and we don't want you to cross that line. Schedules, like I said, there is a attachment. There's a packet attached to this email that this link is part of. So make sure you're getting on there. You'll find your schedules. It also includes the rainout hotline. The rainout hotline number is on there. Coincidentally, the rainout hotline is also my supervisor, Jason Bond. It's his regular number. And in the event of any inclement weather or anything else, we will update that rainout hotline. We do ask that managers only use that line, just because it's a regular phone line, and if 100 people try to call it all at one time, it'll jam it up, and it'll just end up getting a busy signal. So we do ask that managers only call that in the event of of rain or other weather situations. And that number is 623-222-2238. And again, that's Jason Bond, and he is my direct supervisor. Another issue, one of the bigger issues, I guess, that we have out there is the consumption of alcohol and the use of tobacco products, cigarettes and vapes mostly. This is just a reminder that alcohol is 100% absolutely prohibited from being brought into the park. If you plan to bring a cooler in, just know that Oscar and Dave, I've told them that if any coolers that come in, we have the right to look in them and inspect them. if we do see you, or it is reported that you are drinking alcohol inside the park, you will be ejected from that game. And if the entire team is doing it, if we catch multiple people doing it, then you're looking at a forfeit for that game. And again, if we got 5, 6, 7 people doing it, and you get ejected, remember that all 5, 6, 7 of those people will also be suspended for the next game. Any refusal, if any of the staff out there ask to look in a cooler and you refuse to let them look in, that's fine. But just know that at that point, without if you don't let us look, we're going to assume that there is alcohol in it, and then we would apply the rules accordingly. So just know that at that point, then whoever brought the cooler in would be ejected. The manager would be ejected, and anybody that was witnessed drinking out of that cooler would also be ejected, and then also suspended for at least that one additional game. Just a reminder that there's no smoking. This does include e-cigarettes and vaporizers. There's no smoking inside of the park. If you do want to smoke, the only place that you can smoke out of Dick McComb would be in the parking lot. So make sure that you're going all the way down the sidewalk to the parking lot, because just going halfway down or standing on the other side of the dugout is not sufficient. So make sure that you're heading all the way down to the parking lot if you want to smoke. And I guess too, you could head to the end of the other 3 sidewalks as well. So you could walk down to was it West Park or Surprise Farms. Walk down to any of those streets if you wanted as well. But the parking lot's probably the easiest and most accessible. Just a reminder about team movement as far as playing on different teams. Just a reminder that you cannot be on 2 teams in the same division. For example, if you played on Tuesdays and you were in the C division and you played for the hit squad, you could not also play with Dave's team on. You couldn't play for Yee as well. However, if you were on Jeff's team and you played for hit squad, and Manny over on the bomb squad and the other team, he said, "Hey, do you want to come play on my team?" That would be okay. So you can play on 2 different teams as long as they are in different divisions. You can't play on 2 different teams that are in the same division. You can play on multiple teams on multiple nights. So you could play on Tuesday on a team in the C League. You could stay and play later on a different team in the D League if you're on the roster, and then you can also go play on Thursday, Friday, Sunday if you wanted. But just same thing each night. You can only be on one team in a division at a time. Please do not forget to initial the final score at the end of the game. It's probably 3/4 of the problems that we get as far as the wrong score gets put out there. I'll go back and I'll look, and one or both of the managers didn't sign. So please make sure that you're initialing that score sheet at the end of the game, and that confirms to me that you saw the score and you agree with it. Because if the score is reported one way and one of the teams disagrees, but either one or neither one of you signed. If I can't figure it out, I'm going to go with what's on the score score sheet. So please don't forget to initial the final score, because that will ensure that that it's getting marked down correctly. We kind of went over the rosters, but again, one thing I do want to reiterate is that every player does need to be on a roster. I don't necessarily need that roster right now, but if teams that are starting on Sunday, if you haven't submitted a roster to me yet, you do have to submit one before you play. You are allowed to submit a physical roster to the staff on site at the field. I know a lot of teams do this way because sometimes you're unsure right up until the last minute, who is going to actually show up and who isn't. So we do allow you to hand that roster in at the last second if you want, but just know that we do have to have a team roster for each team before you take the field. And if that means that we have to, start 5 minutes late because we're waiting for a team to complete their roster, then, that's what we'll do. And just be aware that you don't get that time back. So if you're scheduled to play at 5:45 and we have to wait until 5:55 because one or both of the teams haven't turned in a roster yet, you're just know that your game is going to be 10 minutes shorter than what it should have been. So we won't be able to delay the start of the game. So please make sure that you either have submitted it prior or that you have it ready to go at game time, so that there are no delays. There's going to, in the packet, there is a ASA non-approved bat list, a banned bat list. Please go over that and make sure that you're not bringing any banned bats into the park. Both Oscar and Dave pride themselves on being able to spot banned bats. So just know that they're looking for them, and they will find them, and we will make you remove them from the game. If we find out that it's something that is done on purpose, or there's a repeat offender, then you look into the rules, because it is an ejectionable offense, so you can be ejected for using a banned bat. I think most of the time we catch it before it's used, so we can avoid the ejection, and we can simply take it out of play. But just know, it's done, for safety reasons. If any modified or rolled bats, could present a dangerous environment or situation, especially when you're dealing in co-ed, and we have every spectrum of player, from people that have played for years to people that are out there for the first time. So just know that that's done in the name of safety. So please make sure that you're not bringing any modified, bats or banned illegal bats. Just a reminder for my Thursday night men's league that we are back at Dick McComb this season. We played at Bicentennial last season, the newly renovated Bicentennial, and it sounds like everybody really enjoyed it out there. So we're looking into maybe offering another league, a Monday night or a Wednesday night or something like that out there, just to utilize that park. I do recommend, if you guys haven't seen it, to take a drive out there to the original town site, Surprise, and check out Bicentennial. It really they've done our maintenance job. Our maintenance crew did a really great job with it. We got all new infield, all new outfield. They put in all new LED. What do you call it? Like hooded focused lighting. It's really neat. The LED lighting that they put in out there essentially eliminates losing the ball in the lights. They have these shades and hoods on them that focus the LED light directly onto the playing field, and so there really is nowhere to lose the ball in the lights during a nighttime game, which it just makes it really neat. I'm actually hoping that at some point we'll be able to get that lighting out at Dick McComb too. So again, if you haven't seen it, drive out and check out Bicentennial Park. It is open during the day. It's not locked up like Dick McComb is. So take your team out there and go hit around for a while if you want, get some practice in. But it is like I said, the grounds crew, the maintenance crew did a really good job out there, and we're really proud of it now. So go check that out. Other than that, I think I've went through just about everything. I'm not going to go through all the individual rules. You guys have those in the packet, so you can go through those yourself. And of course, I am always available for any questions or follow-ups or anything like that. During the season, if you have any questions or issues, always feel free to drop me a line or give me a call. Like I said, I do quite a few different things here with Parks and Rec, but I thoroughly enjoy the adult softball league. I like working with you guys. I like coming out and participating with you guys. And so just know that it's something that's important to me as well. And so if you ever do have any issues or questions or concerns, I'm always here to listen and hopefully help out, and hopefully get any kind of problems that you might have fixed and rectified. Again, we just want everybody out there to have fun, enjoy their time out there. I know, like I said before, we've been cooped up. We're ready to get out, I think, and start socializing with each other again. So just remember that. Be good to each other out there. Have fun. Be safe. And good luck. Thanks.